Hi, and welcome to episode 2 of Snackables, the web series created to help meal gardeners get the most out of their meal garden platform. Today, we're going to be talking about working with foods in meal garden. Now, foods are a really important aspect of meal garden because when you think about your client and you think about the work you do with them, it's really important to be where they are, right? And in today's world, we don't always make food at home. We don't always use recipes. And in order to be successful, you need to be able to incorporate those different eating patterns and different ways of eating to really show your clients the full spectrum of what they're doing and kind of get them to understand how to change those behaviors and why that's important. In addition, I'm going to show you how you can maybe use foods to grow your business through a different revenue channel. Okay. So what we're going to look at is we're going to look at creating foods. We're going to talk about how you can use the foods that you can create. And then we're going to talk about some inspiration, some stories about other meal gardeners and kind of how they've used food to solve a business challenge. So we're going to flip over to my meal garden here. And right off the bat, we're going to take a look at foods and we're going to take a look at the food database. So the meal garden food database has over 12,000 different foods. The trick to this is it may not have exactly what you're looking for. So what you can do is you can go in, you can search for a food. So let's say bread, and you'll see all the different breads that we have in Meal Garden. You can click on them. You can get a sense of the nutritional makeup of these foods. And you can say, gluten-free bread. You know what? This is what I'm looking for, but I want to add a brand. Right? And it could be a brand you love. It could be a specific brand from a specific grocery store. Whatever you want to do, you can upload an image. You can go in, you can modify any of this information. So if it has a little bit of a different nutritional makeup than our kind of white label brand, you can add the shopping aisle, any measurements you want. So you can do a lot of things with this. And once you've created this food, you can actually go in and add it as a snack, add it as a meal, or add it as an ingredient to a recipe you're creating. Okay. So that's how you can use, that's how you create foods from existing foods. You can also go to create, you can click on a food item, or you can create a prepared meal. Okay. So not only can you create foods, but you can actually add meals. So you can add a grab and go meal from a grocery store, maybe a restaurant meal from a local restaurant, or somewhere where your client has told you through your intake process where they really eat a lot and they don't want to change that behavior. So it's very easy to, again, incorporate the real world into your client practices and into your meal garden. So that's kind of what it looks like. And the last thing I'm going to show you real quickly here is, you know what, actually, let's go over here and let's keep talking about foods. So let's recap. Showed you how to create foods. You can copy a food or you can create it from scratch. How to use food. You can use it as a snack, as a food or a meal, or as an ingredient in a recipe. And let's talk about inspiration now. So inspiration number one is Diana, and she is from South Florida, and she was working with a client who needed and wanted to have a burrito at lunch. This is what this client wanted. They eat burritos every day at lunch with their coworkers. So that was happening. So what Diana did is ask the client to collect some nutritional information, do a little research, tell her what foods were in the burrito, and she was able to recreate that burrito as a pre-made meal in Meal Garden and was able to add that to her client's plans. So they could look at the plan together and she could explain to the client the impact the burrito had on the other eating decisions that the client had to make each day and each week and kind of how that impacted things. So it's a really great example of incorporating the real world into your client practice. Now, the other thing that actually coincidentally happened in Florida, and this is in Jacksonville, is Eleanor and the folks from Elevated Nutrition, they partnered up with a salad dressing company, a direct-to-consumer salad dressing company. They incorporated the salad dressings into Meal Garden as a food item. And then every time they recommended a salad or recommended a food, they started talking to their clients about this really healthy dressing, right? And what they were able to do is when they went back to their partner, their branded partner, they could pick a date range. And they could actually see and show their partner how often they'd added this meal or this food to a recipe, to a plan, how often they'd shared it with the clients. They could then show how often the clients added it to a recipe or one of their plans. So it's really, really useful to show their client how they were, spreading the word about this really great food, right? So, and I think it's really interesting to think about this and pause as a practitioner. You have a pretty influential position with your clients, and if you find a brand that you really like, you're going to have a big impact on getting that out to other brands. So, kind of a fun way to look at it as a food in the food industry. Um, we're all practitioners are influencers as well, right? So, um, again, little inspiration for you. I hope you found that useful. If there's any other things that I can tell you about or create videos for you to help you get more out of your meal garden, join the Facebook group. Let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, a great week, and I hope you're creating the life that you want to live. Take care.